Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Surya and in today's video I'll be talking about Lucene Search Library and creating a small application using Java and Lucene. Lucene is a free and open source search engine software library originally written in Java. It is supported by the Apache Software Foundation. Its initial release is in 1999. Most of today's popular enterprise search engines such as Apache Solr, Elasticsearch, and many others are based on Lucene library. And for today's video I'll be using tutorial by tutorialspoint.com. So just a small overview of Lucene. Uh, Lucene can be used in any application to add search capability to it. It is highly scalable. It can be used to index and search virtually any kind of text. Lucene library has the core operations which are required for any search application such as indexing and searching. And before we get into the application, we need to have the right environment setup. So first we need to download the Java development kit. You can use anyone. I'm using JDK 8 version 1.8. After downloading that, I'll be keeping these links in the comment section below. Once we download and install the Java development kit, then we need to install an IDE. I've used Eclipse. It is also free. We can just download and install Eclipse as well. After that, we need to download the Lucene library. I'll share this link in the description below as well. Once we have all these, the JDK download and install, and then Eclipse download and install, and the Lucene library. For Windows, we'll be using this .zip file. If you're using other ways, you'll use the other ones. All the information is here. As I'm using Windows, I have downloaded this one, Lucene 3.6.2.zip file, and then we need to add this to the library. Okay, let's create the application now. So I have downloaded the JDK and then Eclipse, and I have added all the external libraries, that is Lucene core, which I've shown you before to download. This is the one. We have to download this and add that to our project, add these libraries to our project. I have completed the application already. All the code is in the same tutorial. For the project, all the classes, the code for all the classes is in this tutorial. I have completed the tutorial and I'll walk you through what the code is doing here. Now first let me explain you what this application is doing. This application is taking and data files as input. It is creating indexes on them, and then when we're passing a string as an input, it is using the index that it has created before to search for that. As I've already written the code, let me run this. So this is what the application is doing. I have some data that I've copied before. This data is also in the same tutorial by tutorialspoint. I have created a directory Lucene. Inside Lucene, I have created two other directories. One is data, where I have put my data. I have completed 10 files. Each file has some data like name, some stuff. And this is where the index will be formed by the application. So what my application is doing, it is taking each file, it is indexing all of that, and then I'm passing a search, some name. I'm passing name, and then it is using the index that it has created before to search for this string, and it will result in which document it has been found. That means this is saying, the application is saying, Mohan, this search string is in the record 4. So this is what the application is doing. And now let's get into some details. Okay, so let's start from the main method. My main method is in lucenetester.java class. This is my main method. Now first we're creating an object of the lucenetester class, and then we're calling the create index method. Let's see what this is. So this is my create index method. Here I'm creating a new object indexer, and I'm passing in the argument index directory, which is my index directory. So it is taking that directory as input, and this is my indexer method. So it is basically taking that input as a path. It is opening that directory and then writing into that directory. So this is that method. Now let's go back, and then I'm initializing a number indexed of type integer, and then my other is logging the start time and end time, and in between we have a method create index. Now we're passing in the argument data directory. This is where my data is, where my 10 files are. I'm passing this as input to this method, which is in my indexer.java class. It takes the data directory as the input, and if all these conditions are satisfied, that means that file exists and that file is not hidden and that file is not a directory and that file can be read. After all these conditions are satisfied, it is indexing the file. Again, this is my index file. It is indexing that file, and then it is returning writer.numblocks, which is not something where it is all an inbuilt method. Then uh, then we print the end time, how much time it is. So this is to find out how much time it has taken to index, and then we're closing the indexer session. Then we're printing out the number indexed. I mean, how many files we have indexed, and then file indexed, and then the time is taking. We're calculating this using these two, and then start times. Also, when each file is being indexed here, when we're creating the index inside, this is where we're indexing the file. When each file is being indexed, we're printing out this thing. As you can see, we got in the result each file. When each file goes through this method, this is being printed out, indexing and the file of that path, saying the first document has been indexed, the second is indexing. This is all output of this method create next, and then our create next method has completed, which gives us this result. So this result, yeah, how many files we have indexed and how much time it has taken. Then let's come back to our main method again. The create index is completed, and then the next one is search. We're taking a string as input, which is Mohan here, and then we're creating a searcher object, which goes back to my searcher.java class. It is taking the directory and then searching for our query. In this case, it is searching for Mohan. For using this as input, the index directory, uh, previously we have used the index method to create indexes. It is using that directory to search for a string, and then again it is logging the times when the search is started, when the search has ended, and this is our searcher.search method. So this is using this query parser and index search to search for the query. and then we're printing out how many the strings that we've passed, how many hits we've got. I mean, in how many records is it there, and how many different documents our search string is there. That will be resulted here. For for our input Mohan, we just have one document, so we just got one here. Our total hits are one, so just one, and then document found, and the time that has taken, which is the difference between the end and start times. And also we're printing out the file path here as well. So it is in record 4. Let us see record 4. Yes, so that is how the application is working. So again, a little overview. We just first we're creating some 10 document files. We have two paths, and then we're indexing all the documents that we have. After indexing, we're searching with a search query for the index that we have already created, and then we get the result. So this is what our search application is doing. And I will, and that's all about the application. I will be pasting all the links to the tutorial and the JDK and Eclipse downloads in the description below. And thank you.